Hell figure, nigga. Good evening, this is the Star Report, and I feel silly on a Monday. All right. Let me get it together here. Welcome aboard. This is the show that never ends. I am Troy Terrain, repping Scotch Plains, New Jersey, now residing in Woodstock, GA. Okay, I feel like talking. I feel like talking on a Monday. And my showrunner, I need time to get to that because I have to go back into time. So let's just say right now, Brittney Griner, W.N.B.A. superstar. Yes, she is 31 years of age, 7-time W.N.B.A. All-Star Center. She represented the Olympics here in America 2 years. She currently plays with the Phoenix Mercury. Okay, she is the truth. And she's being detained in Russia. She has been there since February. This story just, we're just now seeing the video footage. We're just now hearing about this. It's trending. But she's been detained since February, prior to, Putin putting his Mac down. So we can't, come down on her about vape cartridges. That's what they're holding her for, okay? Sadly, she's going to be used as a pawn now. For those of you who know the story, if you don't, allow me to just, mentally massage this. I want to do a little research tonight because I was out today moving, shaking, and popping, doing rat work. Rat business. Cheers. I have the white grapefruit juice, ocean spray to be exact. Ocean spray, pure, unsweetened white grapefruit juice, not to be confused with red, okay? Whew, okay. Feeling good. Phone line should be working. Super Chat, Cash App. Let me make sure the spelling is okay. Donate to tonight's broadcast. Hold on a second. Okay, via PayPal. Got it, okay. Troll babies, good evening. How you guys doing? Now, come on and get your troll on. Don't let me stop you. If we're going to drag her, you get to drag her. I want to, as much as I can, lend my voice. Her wife is pleading for her return. She's being detained, and she's facing 10 years. A decade over some vape cartridges. Now, what was she doing in Russia? Well, she goes there to supplement income. She makes $1 million plus playing in Russia and other places abroad. We don't pay our female athletes in the NBA any real money. We didn't even know who won the goddamn last W.N.B.A. championship. Pardon me, that's not right to laugh. Troll babies, remember about, was it last year? There was like 20 people at the parade. Where was that? Nigga, stop your shit. Was it Chicago? Nobody showed up. So let's not come down on this half sister, my light-skinned sister in the struggle, Caught up in the bullshit over there in Russia. And we have to talk about the president of Ukraine. Folks, that's an actor. Well, his history was an actor and a comedian before becoming the president. He's gone ape shit. Are you up to speed? Hold on a second. I got some notes. Oh, my goodness. He's now mad at NATO. Something about, where is it? The no-fly zone. Yeah. And we'll get to Russia recruiting Syrian fighters later. But the goddamn president of Ukraine, he needs to just stop. He's blaming NATO for the deaths because they're not helping him with the no-fly zone. We'll come back to that, okay? I want to focus on Brittney Griner. Again, 7-time W.N.B.A. All-Star Center. Where is she from originally? Anybody know? I got some notes. Does Putin give a goddamn? Or is he just saying, listen, I ain't got time for, black bull daggers right now. I'm laying down fucking missiles and all sorts of shit. Hold that bitch, we'll get back to her. Lord have mercy. All right, that's my trending story I do want to talk about. I hope that you have information. I hope that you're concerned. She's an American. She was abroad, again, trying to make money. And the embassy here is telling people, get out of there. If you can, definitely don't go to Russia. But it's very intense what's going on, as we've been discussing here for the last week or so, right? Now, the showrunner, early signs and symptoms of type 2 diabetes. I have zero to none knowledge with regards to diabetes. Let me walk you through why this is even on my screen. I wound up on Facebook today looking for a girl from Jamaica who I last saw in 1983 from Fanwood, New Jersey. If you know New Jersey, let's just say in the 70s and in the 80s, there were very few, maybe 3 or 4 black families. Her family was Jamaican. Her father and mother had some money. I don't know what the fuck they did to wind up in Fanwood. I was born and raised in Scotch Plains, which was right next to Fanwood. Anyway, I was looking for her, not to reconnect, because again, I don't like to reconnect with people from the past, but, and then I stumbled across an old associate of mine. I'm not going to say his name, but holy shit, both of his feet were amputated due to diabetes. Now, he's Pennsylvania Dutch, his family from Pennsylvania Dutch. But I do know that type 2 diabetes affects the African American community for the most part. Yes? No? Troll babies, help me out. Help me out. Okay. So this guy, as I was just not looking to contact, again, the girl from Fanwood who I knew, and I want to talk about 1977 and the monumental album Exodus. Just give me a minute. Looking for her, stumbled upon him, both of his feet amputated. Type 2 diabetes. I had a liver transplant in 2008. I was told by the specialists and the doctors I would probably never get diabetes because of the work that they did in my organs. When they gave me the liver transplant, they had to cut out parts of my stomach because of ulcers, yada, 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 and my absorption rate is different. So I never really paid attention to type 2 diabetes, but I've had associates and friends over the decades who are really suffering from this. And I then started thinking about how maybe COVID-19 in conjunction with type 2 diabetes may be leading people to an early death. Does that make sense? So I've got some notes, the early signs and symptoms of type 2 diabetes. If you would like to have this discussion, I would, okay? Frequent urination, increased thirst, always feeling hungry, feeling very tired, blurry vision, slow healing of cuts and wounds, and other things, okay? That's my showrunner, if you care to join the conversation. And let me just say this. I'm not going to say the guy's name. I didn't reach out because, I haven't seen him since the fucking 80s. And what am I going to say? Hey, man, how you doing? How you doing? He's not doing good. Both of his feet cut off. Diabetes. Stop your shitstorm. Also coming up, hang on a second, a little bit later, Russia is recruiting Syrian fighters. Hey, Kesha, I got your donation. Thank you, darling, for tapping in. Thank you so much. What are you saying? I'm not going to read that in the live chat. Damn. I'm trying to have a serious conversation about somebody getting their feet cut off in diabetes. Jesus. TJ, got your donation. Star, you owe my mom from 139th in Amsterdam $30K. I'm 29 years of age. Oh, thank you for your donation. Tell her to sue me. All right, anyway, troll babies, please don't let me forget to talk about the monumental album from Bob Marley and the Wailers, Exodus, 1977. It has to do with the girl from Fanwood, New Jersey. And the reason why I even fucking stumbled across the guy with the amputated feet in the first place. Jesus, let me take a sip. Hold on. Okay. Whew. All right, phone line should be working. Give me a second. I feel like talking. I'll come to you guys shortly. Okay, and thank you for yesterday. Yesterday morning, which was Sunday, I did an early show, and I thought we had I didn't take that many calls. I had a good time talking about, things that are important to me. You allowed me to do me, and some people are upset because of the fact that I was talking to myself through the majority of the show. Yes, folks, I talk to myself every morning. I have great conversations. I trust myself. I've told you this story before. I don't want to go back, but it doesn't mean that you're crazy. A lot of people talk to themselves. Anyway, thank you for participating in yesterday's show, okay? All right, also this evening, hold on. Shit, I can't find it. Okay, here's my pen. I want to talk about... Let me just write this down so I don't put too much on the table just yet. Do you wake up to the hate? Do you wake up to the hate? I think I can help some of you. I know I can. I wake up to the hate every morning. It puts a smile on my face. Don't wake up and look at your social media accounts and go into this world of anxiety or being bothered. People are thinking about you. And some of you, like myself, you have this, I'll just say, high-end software where you can tell what IP addresses are hating on you. Niggas start snitching. Years ago, they used to say, oh, that's just pixie dust. You can't trace IP addresses. Now you can. And it's beautiful to see the people it's always the people that you know, or family, friends, people that you helped. It's always good to see them angry first thing in the morning. 7 a.m., somebody is thinking about you, shitting on you in the comments section of your Instagram, Twitter, or YouTube. Let's talk about that later, okay? All right, early signs and symptoms of type 2 diabetes, and I see a couple of folks via Cash App and Super Chat. Let me get to you guys early. Joel, is it Joel or Joel? Got your donation, thank you, sir. Speaking of Joel, do we need to talk about Joel? Is it Joel or Joel Ortiz? I never got the correct pronunciation. And Joe Budden. That was crazy. That was a little crazy. TB, good evening. Between Candace Parker and Brittney, the Russian pom-pom must be something else. Them studs stay over in Russia and Ukraine. Let me find out. Thank you for your donation. Luke Caney, how are you, sir? Luke Caney tapping in early. Oh, shit. Let's go, Luke Caney. Yes, sir. Good to hear from you, Luke Caney. How are you on a Monday evening?
I'm doing great, Star. How about yourself?
I don't have sugar diabetes, type 2.
There you go. That's a beautiful thing. Me too. Even though my family is predisposed, I've been able to dodge it.
Wow.
Oh, yeah. I've been able to dodge it.
What's going on, man? What do you want to talk about?
Yes, sir. Well, I wanted to just touch, Brittney Griner.
Griner, yeah.
Yeah, man. It's I want to say this, Star. On some real shit.
Come on.
I'm sorry. On some real stuff.
No, we're cursing. Tonight you can curse. Tonight we're good. Let's curse.
All right. On some real shit, Star, I enjoy the cannabis plant myself since I was 16 years old.
Okay.
38 now. I'm a veteran. However, when I travel internationally, I understand that the plant may not be legal in certain parts of the world.
Okay.
So if I happen to stumble across some, sure. If I don't, I'm able to manage, right? So I say that to say this. I'm not calling her an addict or anything like that.
Okay.
But you need to respect the laws of the land where you are working and where you are.
Okay.
And I think she should be, prosecuted to the fullest extent of the Russian law. And I don't think this is... Oh, yes, Star. Oh, yeah. Because regardless of the conflict or regardless of the Russian-Ukraine conflict and where the U.S. stands in between this conflict,
okay,
you still have to respect another sovereign nation and their laws, especially when they are paying you more than what you make in your own homeland.
Wow.
You have to.
Luke Haney, originally from the Congo, now living in the States here, you're saying sit that American lesbo black bitch down to the fullest to the fullest extent of the law. That's what you're saying, yes?
Yes, sir. And I'm not sorry about it. And like I said, I partake into the plant damn near every day. It's part of my lifestyle.
Okay.
But again, when I go to Mexico to TJ Tijuana, I don't look for it because I know the laws are different there.
Okay.
When I go to Europe, I don't look for it because I know the laws are different.
Right.
When I go to Congo, where I was born and raised, I find it, but I find it in, I know where to find it and not get in trouble.
Yeah. Because
it is fully illegal.
Hang on a second, Luke Haney. I want to jump in. We're talking about vape cartridges, oil.
Yes.
We're not talking a couple of bricks of kush. Vape cartridges.
And Go ahead. Star. I can tell you from personal experience, I was facing 3 to 6 in California for having just a plant. Yes. I spent $7,500 on one of the top attorneys in Southern California because I did not want to have anything on my record. All right? So, and I'm talking in California when the shit was fully illegal. Yeah.
Okay.
And ultimately, to me, sir, it comes down to respect. Respect where you are. Okay. Nobody cares if it's damn near legal in the United States. Nobody cares.
So once again, you're saying sit that American bitch down. What do you want to see her do? 5 years? I mean, she's facing 10. What would you like to see her serve, Luke Haney?
Well, for me, Star, I don't really care about the time. I just think...
No. Luke Haney. You have taken shots at African Americans. You and I have connected and we've connected and vibed about Mansa Musa and a whole lot of other stuff. You've made it clear.
Yes,
you've made it clear you are no sympathizer for African Americans who, for the most part, are lost in the sauce, bottom of the barrel, sold off in slavery, and nobody gives a fuck in Africa. You made that clear, yes?
Something like that.
Something like that. Okay. What would you like to see?
Something like
Brittney Griner do? 3 years, 5, 7.
The minimum. So whatever the minimum is, Star.
Okay. I don't know.
That's how I feel.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's all, Star.
Thank you for tapping in, Luke Haney. Thank you, man. Have a good evening.
Peace, Star. Thank you.
Sir. All right. Luke Haney says I don't give a fuck. Wow. 7-time W.N.B.A. All-Star Center, huh? Some type of mulatto. And Putin doesn't give a fuck. She's been there since February. This story just came out on TMZ and other platforms. Vape cartridges, trying to... Oh, pardon me, did I mention she was going through the airport? You can see the video footage. They're going through her bags and neatly folding something, and she's sitting there signing shit. Damn. Where's my pen? You can see Brittney signing shit. Yes, I tried to bring it in. Knowing good and goddamn well. Lord have mercy. Was she signing a proffer agreement? Troll babies, you guys know what a proffer agreement is? I signed three of those shits back in the days. Proffer. LK says W.N.B.A. All-Star, LOL. Sir, that's what she is. 7-time W.N.B.A. All-Star center. Why is that funny? The second time I signed a proffer agreement, when I saw the detective coming, or the investigator detective, when he came into the room with the goddamn paper, I said, I know what that is. Give me a pen. Before he could even explain it to me, I said, I know, give me that. Give me some of that shit. Vic, I got your donation. You ever spoke on what turned you against religion? Yes, I have, sir. On multiple occasions, I had a rational awakening. I woke up from the dream. That's all. I did not become a non-believer by way of any hardship, misery, pain. No, I woke up, sir, with all due respect. If you're still dreaming, that's fine. I woke up in the bosom of reality. Thank you for your donation. In case you never heard me say that. Yeah, I woke up, man. Pardon me, but you know what? I did a lot of research prior to waking up. You know, I had to dig deep. I had to find out about Apostle Paul and, you know, him starting Christianity 40 years after the death of someone who he never met. Oh, I know. Oh, no, he met him on the road, Star. It was a dream. Please, stop, okay? Thank you for your donation, sir. Hold on. Jay, I'm a Marine. Russia been training Syrian fighters. Yes, sir, you're right. Let me put that on the screen. Hold on a second. I'm not that knowledgeable in that area, sir. If you would care to call in, I got your donation. Thank you. Yeah, Syrian fighters, huh? Oh, I think, are they paying them something equivalent to $300 for, is it 6 months? Jay, I'm not sure. But thank you for your donation, sir. It's on the screen right now, guys. Russia is recruiting Syrian fighters in Ukraine. Desmond, I got your donation. Hold on a second, Desmond. Tap it in. Can we put some respect on Liz Cambridge's name for starting OnlyFans after dunking wasn't paying the bills? I have not seen her page. I don't necessarily want to put respect on her name, but okay, thank you for your donation. Hold on. I got time tonight. Jamal Lucchini can get type 2 from hyena meat. Okay, we're going there tonight. Good evening, area code 313. Are you up to speed? Brittney Griner, W.N.B.A. superstar in Russia, detained.
I agree with Luke Caney. I think Putin should throw the book at her.
Let's go.
Or shave her head and throw her ass in one of them tanks.
Shit. Let's go.
You know? Like, I don't know what's... You know, I don't... Like, she... From a picture I see, it looked like she cut her tits off.
Ooh,
you know?
easy.
Which leads me to believe she's just one of these crazy lefties, you know, who thinks she could just do whatever she want to do. That the world don't... Like, the rules don't apply to her. That she could change the world, you know? And basically, like Ukraine and Russia been sending niggas nigga wake up call, long distance during war.
Right.
Like, niggas wake up.
Yeah. 31 years of age, plays for the Phoenix Mercury. I can't say that I've ever seen her play. I just, that's not my thing, female basketball. But do you think she's going to be used as a pawn, or is she not worth anything? She's just a black basketball player. We're just going to go put her in a cell, We'll get back to you after we finish, doing what the fuck we got to do. Is she worth anything? Is she a bargaining chip? That's what I'm trying to say.
I mean, I think she a bargaining chip for like basically people on the left. Your Nancy Pelosi's, your Maxine Waters, and like them types, AOCs.
Okay.
To basically getting Biden's ear to say, look, we got one of ours over there. Yeah. But like, man, nobody checking on W.N.B.A. Like March Madness probably grossed more than what the W.N.B.A. doing the whole season. Ain't nobody checking for them.
Wow. Okay. Any thoughts on
and as far as
sorry, go ahead.
You talking about Russia getting the Syrians?
Yeah, Syrian fighters, recruiting them. Mercenaries.
I know you don't like people using that word, but I don't think Syrians got no problem killing Jews. And
hush your mouth.
He's a Jew.
Hush your mouth. Come on, talk about it. Fuck the algorithm tonight. Let's go. Talk about it, big nigga. Talk about it.
I mean that just is what it is. Like I think it's a new world order trying to come into existence, and I think people are sleeping on it. And I give you your props. Like you've been even though sometimes you come on, you don't really want to talk about it. Like you've been forced to kind of talk about it, and you've been heading away on a lot of this stuff.
Well, I haven't been forced to talk about it. I am a man who keeps up on, global affairs. I don't think that everybody else wants to hear that every day. I do stay abreast on things. I appreciate what you just said. I think that interjecting it here and there, it works for the most part. And that's not because of any black audience. I think that just Americans as a whole do not pay attention to history like that. My opinion.
Yeah, I totally agree. And basically, like, we bound to repeat it. Like I don't want to get too political. I just think it's funny how, like, when the stuff popped off, you had Ukrainians out there giving guns to people, but you got the lefties over here who want to take our gun rights, thinking like we can never be invaded or something like that. Facts. Over there. It can't happen over here.
Facts.
It's, then just like the oil prices going up, like these idiots like don't want to drill here. They stop the pipeline going on here. You feel me? Yeah. But yet they trying to get Iran and Russia to come to some type of agreement, or like basically we come to agreement with Iran to get oil. It's just like I just don't understand what these people talking about, man.
Yeah. Hey, man, I appreciate your support and your time. Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right, man.
Yes, sir. Okay. Let me just ramble here before I forget how I even got to my old childhood friend. I haven't seen him since the 80s. This is going to be a long story. Bear with me. So I'm driving today, as I do every day. I like to take drives. I go all over Georgia. And I'm playing Exodus, the monumental album by Bob Marley and the Wailers, 1977, to be precise. And salute to, who was I speaking to about Bob Marley? Was it last week? We had a great conversation. Bob Marley and the Wailers. Well, they started out as the Wailers in the mid-'60s. When they got to Island Records, Catch a Fire, that's when they started picking up a lot of traction. Some of my dates are going to be a little bit off. Correct me if I'm wrong. Somewhere around 1974, Peter Tosh left. In 1977, here in America, the biggest white rock and roll band was Kiss. The album Love Gun. That was my first concert, Madison Square Garden. I was there. I want to rock and roll all night, party every day. The biggest black band in America was Parliament. The song Flashlight. You should know the name of the album. If you don't, Google it. So here in America, we were on that rock and roll shit with Kiss and Parliament. In 1977, Bob Marley and the Wailers released Exodus, Movement of Jah People. It was a political album. It was beautiful. It was inspirational. It was not played on radio stations here in America. So if you're African American, you didn't hear about Bob Marley for the most part until that album, which became his international success. Prior to that, the other albums were not really that well known here in America. They were touring, and white people were going to the concerts. Don't get it fucked up. White people were going to the concerts worldwide. They were in awe, in amazement of Bob Marley and the Wailers because they were talking revolution. They were talking Jah Rastafari. And again, Exodus was a monumental album because of what was going on in Jamaica. Troll babies, correct me if I'm wrong. My years may be a little bit off. It's been a while. In 76, they tried to assassinate Bob Marley in Jamaica. He moved out of Jamaica to London. He recorded the album Exodus in London. And he was singing about Jamaica. It was a political theme for the most part. So again, we here in America at the peak of disco, Kiss, Parliament Funkadelic, Chic, a whole bunch of other bands. We weren't thinking about no fucking revolution, but Bob Marley and the Wailers were thinking about revolution, freedom, Exodus, and other things of that nature. I'll just say that. So the album was a monumental album, not just a classic. It changed the tide. It gave a different perception and perspective. So that's what I was playing today as I was driving. And I started thinking about this girl from Fanwood, Jamaican girl, who never gave me the coochie. She just doesn't fuck with me like that. But I remember going to her house and her mother and father were playing that album, Exodus. And I used to go there maybe 3 times a week. She just wouldn't give me the fucking pussy. But every day that I went, they were playing that goddamn album. And my Uncle Richard and Auntie Gwen from Southside Jamaica, Queens, they were playing that album. But again, it wasn't played on the radio stations, pardon me. So that's how I wound up going through Facebook and then stumbled upon my old associate who had both feet amputated because of his diabetes. That was a long story, pardon me. All right. Anyway, the point is, early signs and symptoms of type 2 diabetes with regards to COVID-19. Itching and yeast infections, patches of dark skin, tingling, numbness or pain in the hands or feet, slow healing of cuts and wounds. Do you care? If not, we'll keep it pushing. But I just thought that, because of COVID-19, maybe we could have a healthy discussion, all right? All right, let me go to area code 401, since I dragged that story out. Good evening, 401. Are you there? Brittney Griner in Russia.
Yo, what's good, man?
Yes, sir. How are you? Good evening.
I'm all right. Yourself?
I'm alive, sir. I'm alive. How about you?
All right. Well, let's get to the topic. Brittney Griner, tall, W.N.B.A.
Yeah.
Mulatto, light skin, whatever you want, high yellow, whatever you want to call her, right?
Yeah. Let's go.
Like, I'm going to continue to repeat this till it gets in the airwaves of most of the listeners.
Okay.
Ain't shedding no goddamn tear for a nigga. You know what I'm saying? Even a half nigga. Fuck that. Let her rot in jail. Fuck
Jesus.
it.
Come on, black.
Yo.
Come on, black man. She's a black queen. What are you doing?
Hey, yo, my nigga, I ain't black, cuz. I'm Asian. You heard me?
Okay.
All right? It's a good story to show people around the world, right? Especially Black Americans and white people too. You know what I'm saying? The crackers too. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Don't go to other countries with this American arrogance and break laws. You know what I'm saying? And not expect to get. You feel me?
Yeah. What was the white boy's name over in North Korea, doing some dumb shit in the hotel hallway with the fire extinguisher, and they gave his ass a decade and hard labor. Remember his name?
Yes. Otto W.N.B.A. or something like that?
Yeah. He died over there, and they sent him back in a body bag.
I ain't said no tip, no cracker either. You heard me?
Go ahead.
Anyways, his parents tried to sue. They tried to sue the North Korean government for X amount of like $200 million.
Right.
I don't know how.
Yeah.
The follow through for that, but it's a good story. And can I even bring back a story from 2008 regarding another black bitch from England?
Damn. Go ahead, big nigga. Let's go.
Let's
go.
All right, my nigga. All right, peep game, right? So this is 2008. This girl, she's Nigerian born, but had a British citizenship.
Okay.
She goes into Southeast Asia, goes to the country of Laos, the only landlocked country there.
Okay.
She gets caught either exporting or importing heroin. She had serious, trafficking amounts, right?
I think I remember that story. Go ahead. Vaguely.
All right. Well, the only reason why the story made traction across the world was the jail or prison there. It's so dilapidated. It's not like an American jail or European jails or anything like that. It's so, it's a third world country. What do you want? You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
She was able to get the semen of another British prisoner and impregnate herself with it, right? So she becomes pregnant.
Okay.
And it doesn't look right if you're a third world country asking, for world help, blah, 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 and when you're trying to execute a pregnant woman, that don't look right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Did she make it back home? I forget. I know that story vaguely.
Yes. She I don't know the amount of time she spent in the Lao prison, but they had to get the British consulate in Thailand or China or somewhere else. They don't have a diplomacy between those countries, right?
Okay. Did you say you're Haitian? You said Haitian or Asian? I didn't hear you.
Asian.
Oh, you're Asian. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
They were able to get the export her sentence to stay back home in England for X amount of years. So
right.
It's probably been 14 years now. Okay. And she probably she has her own little Oreo kid with good hair. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Yeah.
Why'd you call her a black bitch and now you're calling her kid an Oreo? What type of racism are you on tonight?
Oh, I'm on it, my nigga, because you barely hear from Asians. Like everyone gets on Asian people, right. Cracks on us all the time.
Right.
You feel me? So fuck it. I'm giving all to the niggas, spicks, and crackers. I don't give a fuck. You heard?
Well, listen, send me an email.
That's what it is, you know what I'm saying?
Hang on, send me an email.
That's what it is.
So I can get you back on the show. Here's my email address on the screen.
All right.
Tap in. Let's get you back on the show, all right?
All right, my nigga. All right, my moolie.
My nigga.
He's our moolie.
Thank you, man. Okay.
All right, easy.
Tap in, yeah. Said he's Asian. I thought he said Haitian. Troll babies with? Think he's capping? Brittney Griner, detained in Russia, 7-time W.N.B.A. superstar, 2-time Olympic. Did she win the gold in the Olympics? Why don't we know this? We don't study this. We don't care about our female basketball players. Speaking of basketball, folks, does LeBron James still travel? That is the most traveling person I've ever seen in the NBA. I'm sorry. Hang on a second. Last month, ESPN reported that several NBA players who play in Russia were planning to leave because of the Ukraine invasion, noting that some normally stay as late as April or early May before returning to their WNBA jobs. And her wife, I'm not going to say her name. I'm just going to say Brittney's wife. She wrote on Instagram, our hearts are all skipping beats every day that goes by. There are no words to express this pain. I'm hurting. We're hurting. We await the day to love on you as family. Where is Black Lives Matter? I've heard nothing. Luna Glider got your donation. He says, salute, Star. This is Brittney Griner's wake-up call. She's traveling like she had her bags packed by Joel Santana. Damn. Star's tranny movie, Tap It and Star. Star's tranny movie will be a multimedia franchise extending to tranny soap operas, Broadway, tranny podcast, and eventually trannies on ice. Thank you for your donation. Hold on a second, guys. Also, I'm going to make sure that I'm promoting some of my sponsors. On the screen, www.lovethecommunity.com. Great hats in my community section, or you just go to the website, www.lovethecommunity.com. And folks, if you spend money with my sponsors, you send me a screenshot, I give you 1 week's free promotion in the showrunner or in the community section if you spend over $50, okay? Please go there, tell them I sent you, okay? Patrick, I got your donation. Give her the max. Okay. Wicked Hebrew. Send that mannish bitch to the gallows. She knew better. Quasi tapping in Russia needs to make an example out of Brittney. And my West African aunt said you blasted off inside of her in 1985. You have a half-breed spaghetti-eating, shea butter daughter in Far Rockaway, Queens. Check your PayPal. Thank you, sir. No, that's not true. I only had I had some African coochie. That was like in 1990. Yeah. But thanks anyway, Quasi. Is Antoine, area code 608, pickup star? Where are you, sir? Did I speak to you already? I don't see 608. I'll come back. In the meantime, area code 443, good evening. 443, Brittney Griner being detained. Do you give a damn? 443.
Nah, I don't give.
What's happening, big nigga? Are you there? Pick it up, pick it up.
You hear me?
Yes, sir. Let's talk about it.
Nah, nobody give a fuck, man. She a whole POW now. Yeah, she a whole POW now. She should have been staying up to date with the news that's going on with the world. So a week or two before Russia even invaded, she could left. But
well, she was detained back in February, so it's not like, missiles were flying and shit. She was trying to get out of Dodge.
Nah, it's not like missiles were flying, but Russia been at their border for a while now.
You're right.
So if she was smart enough to be paying attention, she would have been like, all right, I could skip out on this summer's money. And you know what I mean? But
well, hang on, sir. Are you, do you have a black daughter, a black girlfriend or wife, respectfully?
Yeah, I got a black daughter and a black wife.
Okay. I'm trying to be objective tonight and not put my foot on the gas. She's a black female. But it just seems like the hang on, it seems like the consensus so far is, the bitch should have known better. Is that the consensus?
Basically.
Damn.
Basically.
If she were white, would you feel the same way?
Or look at all them people out in Ukraine. Ain't nobody coming out there for them. They got to fight for themselves. So you think we about to go to war with Russia over her?
If she were cherry blonde with blue eyes, would you feel the same? F that bitch?
fuck her. Hell yeah. I feel the same way. It would be even funnier if she was blonde.
This nigga capping.
It'll be even funnier, but here we are. Brittney should be all right. They'll probably hold her for about 6 years.
Yeah.
Exchange prisoners, but as far as basketball and all that,
she's a bargaining chip, man. She's a 7-time guy.
Don't nobody give a fuck about the W.N.B.A.
Well, they may give a goddamn over there a 7-time champion, man.
Nah, it's too much going on. There's 16-year-olds to 60-year-olds fighting, and you talk about.
Pardon me, 7-time All-Star. I don't know how many championships she's got, but the All-Star. Pardon me, but hey, before you go, are you a man of a certain age? Any experience with type 2 diabetes? I'm shook. I saw an old associate of mine, both feet amputated behind diabetes.
Well, it's crazy. I'm 35, but I eat pretty healthily. But my neighbor, he did my bathroom this summer.
Okay.
And the day after he finished my bathroom, they amputated his foot.
Oh, my God.
So, yeah, man, I felt bad because I was rushing him. It took him a month to finish a 2-week job, but motherfucker was going through that, and I ain't know.
He had diabetes? He had diabetes?
Yeah, he had type 2 diabetes.
Damn.
Yep. And I remember when we would go to Home Depot to go pick up the just all the materials and stuff. Mm-hmm. He would have to put on the sunglasses and he would be like he was blinded by the sun or something. It was too much for him. Yeah. So that shit was real.
Let me ask you a question. Since you went there,
taking it fast.
Stay with me. Since you went there, do I hate to put this on black women? Do black women contribute to black men having type 2 diabetes? Is it due to poor diets? Something with the blood? I don't know. I do know that black and Hispanic women like to fatten you up, put gravy and shit on your food, butter, a whole lot of seasoning. That shit creates a gas.
I mean, that's up to the man's discipline. For me, like my kids, they eat a lot of snacks, so I can easily fall into that trap. But I just have to tell myself, nah, I'm sticking to a certain diet, workout, walk, bike, run, so.
Okay. Hey, man, I appreciate the call, man. Thank you so much for tapping in. Thank you.
All right, peace.
Yeah, peace. Okay. I'm not trying to go at black women. I just asked a question. Do certain, females contribute? Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Let me see if the white Denzel is. Rory. Why do I like Rory's opinions? The white Denzel, a.k.a. light skin Rory. I just sent him a text. Who said garlic cures everything? I don't know about that. Okay, I don't see 608. Maybe I picked up the call already, but thank you for your donation. It looks like Antoine. Thank you so much. Tori. Hey, Tori. Okay, Tori, I'm going to check for your email. Here's a curveball for you, Ali Kwan. That's my old name. Might Shaka Zulu, the cat, be possessed by the spirit of Aaliyah, and now she's back looking for some get back for that slick shit you did on the radio. Why would you put Aaliyah's name into that? Lord Jesus. Why would you? Tori, have you ever heard me break down who said what in 2001? You spend Skrilla. I have audio of all of my shows, as you know. And let me just repeat this, Tori, because I thank you for your donation. Here's a fact. The microphones were live in the studio during my Hot 97 days because the producer, Miguel, I said to him, I want the audio without the music so that I can, use the audio in the future for a documentary. I was already thinking down the road. He said, well, the only way to do that is to leave the microphones hot. It was called hot. I said, okay, so the microphones were hot. So it picked up everything in the room. Tori, now, yes, me and Miguel played sound effects. I own that. But there was a female in that room. Do you know what she said? Do you know what I have on audio, Tori? Let me repeat it. Let me repeat it for you. You see, she went on Drink Champs and she was capping. I didn't respond. Drink Champs invited me to go on there, and I said, nah, I'm not going to go on Drink Champs and give away the story that I'm going to sell in a fucking documentary. That female, and some of you may know who I'm talking about, in that room, she said, and I quote, because we were playing CeeLo that morning, and I was down $1,000 to that female. She said, that non-singing dead bitch ain't coming back, nigga. So you might as well keep shooting, because mama needs rent money. Now, I'm not going to repeat that, but I have the audio. Huh? That's a fact. But thank you, Tori. And that was cute with regards to Shaka Zulu. Who knows? I didn't see him today, but god damn, he's on my head, as they say. Oh, shit, wait a minute. The white Denzel, a.k.a. light-skinned Rory. The white Denzel.
Yo, what up?
What up, man? How you doing? I just sent you a text.
Yo, everything's good. I seen that manly-looking bitch locked up in Russia. Oh, shit.
Let's go.
Oh, no. Stop. If I ever see a manly-looking bitch that could survive the gulag and probably take over, it would be her. I mean, Don Imus would call her a rough-looking, nappy-headed hoe. Oh, yeah, I don't know,
Stop your shit.
Besides the cold weather. Huh?
Let's go. Come on.
I said, besides the cold weather, I don't think that bitch gonna have much and maybe the food. I don't think that bitch gonna be having much of a problem. She probably gonna be knocking out 10, but it's gonna take like 10 or 12 babushkas just to give her a fight if she's in prison over there. And then
she's facing 10 years, Rory. You up to speed? She's facing a decade for vape.
Yeah, that's a little
vape cartridges. Holy
that's a little
shit.
crazy. A decade's a little crazy. I mean, that part I feel bad for her about. I hope she don't get a decade. I think that's a little wild.
Yeah,
I did
crazy.
The same thing a couple of years ago. I took a vape pen to Ireland, right? I went to this family reunion.
Oh shit!
And I took a vape pen. Now, I've been going in my whole life, so I know people in the town and all of that.
Right.
But they don't really smoke weed like that. They get their drink on,
Oh, yeah.
And so I was puffing on the vape pen a little bit in the smoking section in the bar, and then people started asking me, what is that?
Yeah.
And I was just like, it's just an American vape pen. And they were like, no, let me try it. And I was like, all right, don't go too crazy on this shit, like whatever. Next thing I know, there was like 5 people passed out, like completely passed out. Yeah. And everybody started bugging, and my brother's looking at me, and he's like, motherfucker, and I was like, all right, let's get out of here, let's just get out of here. And I passed it off to my cousin, and I left. And the next day, the cops, which they call the guards, they came to the hotel I was staying at.
No
and
shit.
They started questioning me and shit. Yeah, I swear to God. And they started questioning me and shit, and I was like, I just told the dude, I was like, listen, it got passed around. Somebody passed it to me, and then I just kept passing it. I wasn't mine. I don't know whose it was, and they didn't have no evidence, no proof or nothing like that.
Right.
A couple of people said it was me.
Wow.
But then from then on, I got the evil eye. You know, they were like, oh, these Yanks coming over here, these Yankees coming over here, they fucking everybody up. Because 2 people had to be carried out of the bar.
Shit.
They don't.
Now, hang on a second, Rory. Slow down. I got some vape pens from one of my sponsors, JupiterNights.com and StonedInAGlassHouse.com. You know, from time to time, I take a couple of pulls. It's over there in my kitchen area. But I will never, ever smoke a vape pen when I'm sipping coffee again. I did that when me and DJ Alias started Star in the Morning. I got so fucking sick. Why does that combination, do you know, make you feel like crazy? Caffeine and the fucking vape pen. You ever do that?
Yeah. I avoid the vape pen now. That shit's too crazy, to be honest with you, Star. I smoke some Boom now and again, you know, and I've been doing that since I was a kid. Okay. I don't go crazy with it. I'm not like a crazy weed head, but I do like to smoke some trees once in a while.
Okay.
And when I had the vape pen, that shit would knock me out. I mean, that shit would knock me the fuck out. Mm. So, yeah, I think the vape, probably the vape pen being so strong of a downer, and then the coffee or upper, it fucked your whole, your whole equilibrium.
And you stopped doing the blow, yes? I forget. You don't do blow anymore, or do you do it on the weekends? I forget.
No, I don't do. No, you know how that goes, Star. Once you stop doing it, you stop doing it, man.
No. Hang on. You live in Manhattan, and it's easy. It's accessible. You can walk over to fucking Tompkins Park and get a goddamn gram, just casually walking.
Oh, please. I cut these Mexicans, some of the Mexicans I work with are shoving that shit down my throat 24/7. Yo, this is a really good Coke, Rory. This is the best. This is the best. Then the Colombian guy.
That's what I asked.
Yeah, then the Colombian guy says his shit is better. Then the guy from, Panama says his shit is, the Dominican says his is better. So I could do it anytime I want. Right. But, no, I don't.
When was the last time, I forget, when was the last time you did a little yayo? The yayo.
Last time I did Coke was like 5 years ago.
Okay.
I remember it. Last time I did Coke was 5 years ago. Okay. I got zipped up out of my mind, and I was like, oh, man.
Right.
And then that was it. I don't fuck with it no more.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, man. So other than that,
I mean, never say never, but
other than that, I got a question on the screen here. Maybe you can address this. I don't know if you have any knowledge. I saw one of my old childhood friends on Facebook, both feet amputated due to type 2 diabetes. I said, whoa. I have no knowledge in that area, but I printed out some notes. Any thoughts on that, or is that not an area that you have knowledge in?
I don't want to be harsh, but from an objective perspective, was he white or black?
He was white. Pennsylvania Dutch.
Oh, normally I don't see that with white people, but for the black people, the reason I see that, I think they get diabetes and stuff because you always see them eating chips and now and laters, like always. That's what they eat for lunch and stuff, and the diabetes is like, that's the sugar, so they're always drinking soda and eating potato chips and chewing now and laters and stuff. So yeah, that gives you can.
What type of racist shit is that?
Diabetic.
Are you fucking kidding me?
So, no, is that how you get diabetes, right? Like your sugar intake and shit, right? I don't know, right?
I don't know, but what are you saying? You've already given your opinion of black people. I don't even have the goddamn numbers nationwide. So you're saying black people nationwide eat potato chips and now-a-laters, and that's what.
Yeah, like when you go to a barbecue and stuff, like if you go to a white barbecue, they'll have like some shish kebabs and some vegetables on the side and stuff like that. If you go to a black barbecue, all they have is different kind of chicken and potato and different kind of potato chips. They'll have like cheese doodles, Doritos, barbecue flavored potatoes,
hot Cheetos,
sour cream and onion. Yeah, they don't do vegetables. Black people don't really do vegetables. That's like a new thing that they're starting to do now, which is good. Which is good. Yo, Star, the Syrian fighters.
Oh yeah.
Yo, you know what?
Hang on, let me put that on the screen. Stay with me. That's in my community section. Russia is recruiting Syrian fighters in the Ukraine. You have the floor, sir. Go ahead.
This thing might not turn into World War III. This might turn into another crusade. Because I tell you right now, if I start seeing some Muslims taking out some blonde hair, blue-eyed beauties over there and doing some crazy ISIS shit, I'm going to go there myself. I'm going to round up some troops, man. Yeah, we're going to rally up the troops. That's not happening. You ain't going to get a bunch of Muslim motherfuckers coming over from the goddamn desert or the mountains of Russia. Those people are lame anyway. The Russians have crushed them, taken over their land, done everything, and now they're going to fight under the Russian flag? Yeah. Wasn't Russia in Afghanistan before us slaughtering those people?
That's a fact.
To slaughter all the Czechs.
That's a fact.
Didn't Russia slaughter all the Chechens? Yeah. Right? They slaughtered those.
They got them in check.
Go back that far.
Yeah, they got them in check.
Like 20 years ago. Yeah. Dagestan, the same thing. They took over there. Now those people wave around. You see them in the UFC fighters. They come in there Muslim as hell, waving the Russian flag. Those are Russian. Listen, the Muslims are some suckers, man. I don't.
Right, now hang on, Rory. Slow down. You've said some strong stuff there. Give me a second. All right. So, Putin is using. I have to respect his strategy. I'm sure you're up to speed. Maybe you're not. They're not giving out death counts or death tolls. They're not putting the propaganda on social media for you to see. So most of the world is seeing Russia as the bullies, but they are leveling cities in the Ukraine. If you've seen the drone footage, pardon me. And to my knowledge, they haven't even sent in the heavy troops yet. They've got the young guys in there fighting, dying. Do you respect their strategy? And Putin did respond to the president of the Ukraine, who's now literally blaming NATO for deaths over the no-fly zone. Putin has responded and said, anybody that steps in with regards to a fly zone, we will consider that a threat, and we will immediately attack you. Did you catch all that?
Yeah, I caught that. I think he will with the Democrats in power. I think he will. I think he'll push the issue. Yeah. And I think definitely. I think because we got this guy. He's stumbling and fumbling around like an old man lost in a goddamn nursing home.
You mean Biden?
And then you got people like Nancy.
Our president, Biden.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
We look at, Biden. We're looking weak out there. Yeah. We're looking weak out there. And I don't really think it's our business, to be honest with you. I don't really think it's our business. Those people have a history longer than our country has been formed. The Ukrainians and Russia. Yeah. They have a history of going back and battling each other for a long time. And the propaganda on both sides, it's hard to say what's happening, Star, because our propaganda is telling us that the Russians are running out of food, they're running out of gas and oil for their vehicles, and that their morale is really low. And then on the other side, we kind of know how the Russians are. The Russians are cold as hell.
Yeah.
I mean, just in general.
If you're hungry, kill whoever, however, feed yourself. No one's coming to save you. There's no rescue team.
Right.
Yeah. Kill whoever, however, take their food, and you continue fighting, or we will kill you when we catch up to you. That's how they're getting down.
Yeah, they're different. Yeah, they're different. I seen a couple of interviews they were doing in like Moscow and in Russia, and they were asking the people like, what do you think about the war, whatever, and they were like, yo, you know, this is going to mess us up really bad, like this is going to our economy and everything, and they were like, but if we got to just drink vodka and eat bread for like the next 4 years, well, you know, so be it. And when I saw that, I was like, oh no, we ain't tough like that over here. Like we're different over here, you know.
Yeah. Rory, I got to take other calls, man. Good to hear from you.
Be good.
Catch up tomorrow. Thank you, man. Take care.
All
Thank
right,
you.
man.
All right. Light Skin Rory, a.k.a. the White Denzel, tapping in. Yeah, I am up to speed on what's going on over in the Ukraine, the Polish border, the no-fly zone that they're trying to implement. And thank you to those of you who have been sending me the video footage of what appears to be dead bodies, and you see the covering, the tarp that keeps flying up over one of the bodies, and the person who's supposed to be dead is pulling the tarp down. Anybody see that? As the news reporter is talking, the person who's lying on the ground is pulling down the tarp so it doesn't blow away. Oh my God. Was that photo? Well, not Photoshop. Was that a Final Cut edit? What was that? That was fake news? Okay, yes. See, I didn't post that in my community section because it looked like they could have been doing some type of drill, and then they put the news reporter in front of the screen to make it seem like it was in the Ukraine. I wasn't sure. Okay, that was funny. Is it Kiara? Hi, Kiara. Answer 914. Where is Kiara? I don't see 914. Did I pick up too late? Hold a second. I think I may have. Kiara, thank you for your donation. Very nice name. Mr. B, thank you for tapping in. She's a freedom fighter star. Salute. Really? Tara tapping in. Free my cousin. He was robbed by a hose in DR. Stranded. Is he still there, Tara? Did he get sloppy in the DR? Was he on, was he trying to get some sex from one of those sketal bitches out there? Did they catch him slipping? Was he up in the hotel taking his clothes off, and then somebody came out the closet with a fucking ratchet and said, give us everything you got or we're going to kill you and throw you off the balcony, you son of a bitch? What happened? Tell us, Tara. Thank you for your donation, though. Brian, I got your donation. Are you on the line, sir? 267. Good evening, Brian. I'm talking about a few things tonight. Brittney Griner is my main topic. Are you there, sir? Brian.
Yeah, I'm here, sir. What's going on?
Thank you for your support, sir. What do you want to tap in? Thank you for your support. Yeah. Yes, sir.
So I'm really calling about the whole diabetes thing because I'm a diabetic. I can relate to that. But if we want to talk about the chick over in Russia, I mean...
Well, no, hang on. I do want to talk about the diabetes. I can't clown that at all because I have too many associates, friends who have really battled and dealt with that. I lost a couple of people to that. So it's real. I mean, people always say, mental health is real. I think that's more real. What do you say? Type 2 diabetes.
Listen, it's definitely real. I've been living with diabetes since I was, I guess, maybe about 24. I'll be 48 next month, man. I already lost 2 toes.
Oh, wow. Shit.
Yeah, but see, this is what it is. Like, diabetes is like, you could beat it, right? Especially type 2 diabetes. Because at one time, I came off all my medications. Like, I didn't have to take anything because my diabetes was under control because I lost weight, right?
Okay.
It's all about managing your weight.
Okay.
But here's the thing, man. this is now you asked a question, and at first I thought it was a silly ass question about
It was.
about one about can your chick give you diabetes or cause you to develop diabetes? And I was like, no, that's a dumbass question. It's generic. It's all about your diet, how you live. But yeah, I mean that shit. A chick can't bring diabetes on, man. If you're dealing with a chick and she's stressing you the hell out and you're not eating right because of it, or sometimes a chick can drive you to drinking and you drink too much, you can develop diabetes that way, man. And then, so far as black people, like Roy said something about black people, it's like he was joking around, but then again, it's some truth.
No, he was serious. Now, hang on a second. Stay with me. I threw a curveball out there because I do want to address this topic. So when I said I think I said black women, the cooking. Does the cooking have something to do with the diabetes, the hardening of the arteries? I don't know. I'm not going to pretend that I know.
It's all about sugar, right? Certain like breads, flours, all that shit turns into sugar, right?
Okay.
Eating fried food turns into sugar. Drinking alcohol anything that turns into sugar will kill you if you're a diabetic.
Right.
And too much of anything could kill you anyway. But when you're diabetic, the smallest amount of sugar could take you out. I mean, listen, man, I gotta get injections in my eye every 10 weeks and one in my left eye.
Whoa.
Yes. I'm keeping it 100 with you. You wanted to know.
Whoa.
Yeah.
In your eye.
So, in my eye, listen. So by you being a diabetic, right? At one point, my diabetes was out of control. I was eating whatever I wanted to eat. I was dealing with a chick that was stressing me the fuck out. So I was drinking all the time, smoking weed, just doing shit I ain't supposed to be doing. Knowing damn well that I got diabetes, but my shit was out of control. My A1C was, off the rocker, right?
Sir, please just wait. I'm still fucked up on the shots in your eye. In your eyeball, they put a needle in your eye?
Yes. Yeah, so what happens is you develop blood vessels behind your eye, and those blood vessels burst. And when it bursts, literally you can see your eye bleeding. Nobody else can see it, but you can see it.
Damn.
And what it does, the blood it blocks your vision. You can't see shit in that eye, and what you got to do, you get a shot. And what the shot does, it eliminates the blood vessels, and it'll keep, if your eye is bleeding or if a vessel is bleeding, it'll stop the bleeding.
And, sir, that's got to hurt. That's got to hurt.
Well, no, they numb you. Listen. I've been getting these shots for like 5 years now.
Damn.
It's something you don't get used to, but they numb you up. You can't feel it. I felt it every once in a while. I might feel it if they don't numb me up right enough. But they numb you up, and you just feel pressure. The hard part is when you see that.
Stay with me. We're going too fast. You're educating me, and I appreciate this. But now. So now your diabetes was brought on by way of poor diet and stress?
Poor diet, and it was generic for me because my mom had it, my father's mother had it.
Okay.
So it's genetic. It can be brought on by genetics as well.
Okay, hang on. So poor diet, respectfully, are you married to a black woman? Has she been cooking for you?
Yeah, well, listen, my wife, she, I'm married to a black woman, but my wife.
I know she loves you, sir. I mean, no disrespect. I'm just asking.
No, my wife cooks the right thing. She good. There's no issues there. Like sometimes it's a pain in the ass because it's like, damn, can I eat what I want to eat? So she looks out. She's looking out for me, in that sense.
Does she put gravy on your rice, sir?
Visual.
Does she put gravy on your rice?
I'm sorry, say that again.
Does she put gravy and onions on your rice?
Of course she does. But it's in moderation, man. Everything is in moderation.
Sir. She onions and gravy on your rice is that's food that's gonna kill you. That's some shit you eat once a year, twice at the most. You got to stop that.
Like I said, listen, everything is in moderation. It's like I could have it tonight, but I'm not going to have it tomorrow. And then it's going to be portion control. It's all
Does
about.
she put mayonnaise on both sides of the bread when she makes your sandwich? Mayonnaise on both sides.
I'm sorry, say that again.
when she makes your
I
sandwich.
I try to stay away from bread, Star. Cause Star, bread will kill you faster than
I
anything
hear
else.
you.
Bread and soda kill you.
Sir, I hear you, but I'm asking, when she makes your sandwich, does she put mayonnaise on both sides of the bread?
No, she don't put any mayonnaise on it.
Okay.
Like I said, in that sense, I got a good wife, man.
I'm sure you do, sir. I mean no disrespect, but can I ask you one last question? Does she put
Go ahead, Star. I know it's coming.
Does she put sugar in your grits?
I don't eat grits.
Oh, okay.
So no.
I can't stand sugar in grits. That'll kill you. That will kill you. For real, for real.
Yeah, pure sugar will take you out fast.
Jeez.
Pure sugar is like cocaine.
Hey, man, I appreciate the knowledge, man. Thank you for tapping in. Salute. Thank you so much.
All right, man. Take it easy,
yes,
brother.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Okay. All right. Please don't call me brother. Anybody put sugar in their grits? If you're black, you probably do. I hate that. Needles in the eye behind diabetes. What the fuck? Guys, let me get on the screen some of my sponsors here. Hold on a second. www.easybladeshavingproducts.com. Please go there, tell them I sent you. I say again, www.easybladeshavingproducts.com. Okay. Also, go to YouTube, please, and go check out DJ Rendezvous. Tell him I sent you. Good man. Wait a minute. Oh. I messed up the audio. Can you hear me? Test. Did I mess up the audio real quick, guys? I think I did. Hold on. We should be okay now. YouTube, DJ Rendezvous. Tell them I sent you, okay? No, the audio's okay? Great. Okay. And I want to make sure that I put some real respect tonight on JupiterNights.com. JupiterNights.com, okay? Please go there, tell them I sent you. I don't care if you spend $20. Send me a screenshot. I'll give you some free promotion. JupiterNights.com. Tell them I sent you, right? Oh, shit. I just spilled something. God damn it. Hold on. Let me go to Cash App. Folks are spending Skrilla with the machine. Okay, I spoke to Brian. Thank you, Brian. Big Elvis tapping in. W.N.B.A. star Brittney Griner is clearly still emotional about her embattled one-month marriage to fellow W.N.B.A. player Gloria Johnson. Just 28 days after their wedding, Brittney filed an annulment from Gloria. Woo! Just one day after Gloria announced she was pregnant. Uh-oh, Elvis, are you on the line? Or anybody? So the wife now, according to Big Elvis the chef, not that that means anything, her and Brittney were going through it, huh? Fighting over the strap. Get the strap. Thank you, Big Elvis, for that info, if that's true, and I assume it is. Hi, Lorna. Radio ho who spoke about Aaliyah really can't sing. Lorna, I'll go there. I don't give a fuck. I have the audio. I'm not going on nobody's platform to respond to what she said. Oh, she was a hater. She hated Mary J. Blige. She hated everybody. Yep, I got her on audio. Ain't that something? And then sitting up on Drink Champs line, yeah, Star fired me. I didn't fire you. I was the one trying to save your job. The team voted her off the show. Nobody cares. This is 2022. Nobody cares. But I will say this, though. I liked her. She hates me. But you know what? I'll say her name. I liked Miss Jones. I used to call her Sister Tarsha. Yeah, she was talking reckless about Ali the day she died. We was playing CeeLo in the goddamn room. She said, Mama needs rent money. That non-singing dead bitch ain't coming back. Oh my God. I have the audio. Sue me if you think I'm lying. Thank you, Lorna, for your donation. Wait a minute. What is this? Black History. What is this? Black History Month? Oh, stop it. Stop it. Area code 858. Are you there? Brittney Griner, W.N.B.A. star, being held in Russia. Do you give a goddamn? 858.
Nah, I don't care about her. Good evening, Star.
Yes, sir.
I mean, actually, let me give you my input on it.
Sir, can you come a little closer to the phone, please? It sounds like you're in a bathhouse or something. I want to hear you. A little closer, please.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Come closer, sir. Closer.
Can you hear me now?
There you go. What's cracking?
Yeah. Well, I just wanted to touch on the type 2 diabetes and give you my intake on
please,
on the whole situation with Russia.
That shit fucked me up. Go ahead. On the screen, early signs of type 2 diabetes. You have the floor. Go ahead.
Yeah, so I used to have type 2 diabetes.
Okay.
You know, and it messed me up when I was first told that I was diagnosed with it. You know,
okay.
The nutritionist was telling me what I could eat, what I can't eat. You know, so I just did what I had to do to, beat it. You know, I think it had a lot to do with the drinking I was doing. I was drinking that, as they say, easy Jesus, that irk and jerk,
okay,
taking it to the head,
How old were you, sir, when you were diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, and how old are you now?
I was, let's say, 22, 23.
Sir, your phone's going in and out. I want to hear you. Please make the adjustments. I want to hear you. Your phone's going in and out.
I was 22 when I was first diagnosed, and I'm 37 now.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were living that life. Are you from, what state are you from? You were living that life. If you got it that early. Shit.
Yeah, I'm originally from Boston, but right now I'm in San Diego.
Okay. What part of Boston, sir, were you in when you were diagnosed with type 2 diabetes?
No, when I was diagnosed with type 2 diabetes, I was living in Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically just eating a lot of messed up food, pizza, unhealthy food, that fast food, eating fried chicken, it brought it on. So I had to take insulin shots. The way how I found out something was wrong, I had to keep urinating frequently, So I'm like, this ain't right. Because, like, every 5 minutes I had to go to the bathroom.
Damn.
Something's wrong with me.
Yeah. With all due respect, sir, when you were urinating, was your boyfriend shaking your willy bobo? When you...
Oh, look at you. you with the dumb shit.
Sir, you said you moved from Boston to Fort Lauderdale. Nobody moves from...
No, I said I was from I'm from Boston.
Yeah, nobody moves from Beantown to Fort Lauderdale unless they going down there to party, my nigga. You were partying. You got the right one.
Listen.
You were partying in Fort Lauderdale. You were out there. You know?
So I left Boston.
Because
I had to come down to Florida because my peoples moved to Florida.
Right, okay.
So I came down there with them. Yeah.
Have it your way. Okay, so you were diagnosed with type 2 diabetes. And when did you get rid of it, or no longer was it detected?
Well, I went back to, I'll say maybe about after like 5 years. I've been watching a lot of Dr. Sebi's videos. I've been watching, I've been watching African nutritionists on how to beat diseases that they say that it's unbeatable. You know what I'm saying? So I was tapping into Dr. Sebi's products, tapping into the vitamins. When they say that through the diet, they don't tell you that in order to beat diabetes, you have to change your lifestyle.
Right.
You understand? It's not just about changing the foods you eat, but it's also about
the people around you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You
changed your diet and you left that boy alone, right?
I don't know what you're talking about, But I will tell you, I fired off my girlfriend at the time because she wasn't trying to, understand, like, this is serious. Right. You know what I'm saying? So.
Okay. Well, hey, man, I appreciate you. Now, hang on a second before you go. So you're better now. You changed your diet. I know very little bit about type 2 diabetes. Is there a chance that it can come back if you start slacking on your diet? Is it a genetic thing? I don't know.
I believe so.
I don't know.
I believe so. You can't be eating that bread, that gravy on the rice, sugar in your grits, all that crazy stuff.
Yeah.
Of course it's going to come back if you're not taking care of your body. You know what they say. Yeah. You are what you eat. You understand? If you put in garbage in, then you get garbage out.
Yeah. Did you stop the booger sugar? Keep it real.
I never took no booger sugar. Okay. That ain't my thing.
Okay.
So I wanted to touch.
Were you smoking Woolers with that boy?
There you go again. You with the bullshit tonight, I see. But so I really want to touch on this Russia and Ukraine invasion.
Let's go.
So,
go ahead. Okay. Russia. What do you talk about? Bringing in Syrian fighters. Russia recruiting Syrian fighters. Where you want to go, sir? Let's go.
I don't see nothing wrong with that.
Okay.
The president of Ukraine is releasing prisoners from jails armed.
His phone shut off. Sir, your phone cut off. I didn't hang up on you. Your phone shut off. His phone shut off. Sir, I appreciate your call, but it cut off. Boston Mike, NJ, Boston Mike, 617. Who is that? Boston Mike. Boston Mike.
Hello.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening, Star.
Hey,
How are you, sir?
I'm good, man. Thank you for your donation, first and foremost. Thank you for your support.
Of course. I just wanted to touch on the whole Ukraine situation, Star.
Go ahead.
I'm half black and half Polish.
Okay.
All right? So it really hits home. I'm a unicorn of sorts. There's not too many of us out there.
Okay.
All right? And, my heart goes out to those people. I try to make it out to Poland, twice a year, once for New Year's, once in the summer. Mm-hmm. And it's just breaking my heart. They're killing those beautiful blonde-haired, blue-eyed angels that they got over there. And I'm telling you, man, every time you're over there, they treat you like a king, you know. And somebody's got to take that guy out, that Vladimir Putin. They got to send in the CIA, the FBI, take his ass out, and be done with it, you know.
Sir, you're trolling.
Hello?
Yeah, you're trolling, and it's not convincing. I mean, you know, I hear you. I appreciate the donation, but it's not convincing. Just keeping it real with you. Are you really from Boston?
No, I'm from outside of Boston, Star. I'm from Worcester, but nobody knows where that is, so I just go by.
Sir, everybody knows where Worcester is. Everybody knows where Southie is. Everybody knows where
Sure.
Jamaica Plain.
You know, in Jersey, somebody's that's not familiar with Massachusetts that much. Well, at least most people that I've ran into, it's just like Boston, or they just don't know.
Okay.
You feel me?
Okay. So now, Russia. Since you brought it up, you sent in a donation. I got time for the bullshit.
Sure.
Poland. People are crossing the border. They don't have to have papers to cross into Poland. Poland is in talks to possibly bring fighter jets into the Ukraine. Are you up to speed on that?
Yes, I am. And, you know, that's worrisome as well. But at this point, I mean, somebody's got to stop the guy, and Poland is in NATO. So if they go in there or they try something over there, basically the whole free world's coming after them.
I don't think so, but I'm hearing you out because you sent a donation in. Do you think that Poland is going to cross that line? I mean, seriously.
Not really, Star, because nobody wants that smoke, you know. It's just, you know, for me, it's very heartbreaking because, you know, I'm in the U.S., like I told you, I'm half Polish, I'm half black. A lot of racism goes on over here. But over there, they're very welcoming, you know. It's there's a few idiots out there just like there is.
Sir, I thank you for your donation, but it's too cringe for me. It's too cringe. But thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Hey, Spence Grillo, I got time. It's just that was like a corny act, wasn't it? I'm half black. I'm half Polish. Okay, thank you so much. Phoenix Sun on the check-in. Star, Griner does not respect the law. Griner was arrested in Phoenix, Arizona in 2014 for domestic violence. Let her deal with the consequences. Uh-oh, okay. So we've got a defiant mulatto bitch. Thank you for your donation. Luna Glider tapping in. Salute, Star. This is Brittney Griner's wake-up call. I read that one, pardon me. Phoenix Sun also says the W.N.B.A. is a joke. Kenny Galladay of the New York Giants made more money last season than every NBA player combined. And he didn't catch one pass. Jesus. 770. Talking about a few topics, doing a little research tonight. What do you want to chime in? 770.
Hey, Star. It's me, Madam Whip-Ass, a.k.a. Parrot Lady to you. How are you?
Hey, baby, what's cracking? I like your voice already.
Hey.
Let's go.
Oh, well, listen.
Let's go.
What if it was by accident concerning Brittney Griner? Like, you ever went someplace, let's say, in February, and then you're going on another trip and it's August, and you just grab a bag and put some stuff in there.
Right.
And, you know, she could have had something in that bag that she took on a day trip months ago.
Right.
And forgot it was in there.
Yeah. Do you hear me trying to be objective, but there are men out there just attacking the half-black queen? Do you hear me trying to be objective?
Yeah.
Vape cartridges. It's not like she had fucking
It could have been
5 pounds of weed. Vape cartridges. Come on. Go ahead.
Yeah, 10 years for that.
Yeah. She's facing a decade. Yep.
And the scary thing is, I believe it's only in America you can be a crackhead and go to prison and you come out all buffed. Because, you got weight rooms,
Right.
basic basketball courts and all that.
Right.
But in other countries, when you come out of prison, you people know you've been in prison. You are emaciated.
That's a
Your
fact.
bones are brittle.
Yeah.
And all of that for a mishap.
Malnourished.
What'd you say?
I said malnourished. You're absolutely right. And you see, this is the reason why, if I could just interject, this is the reason why I don't give a fuck about nobody who goes to jail in America. I don't send people packages. I don't collect calls. You're in jail and you're living good. You got a healthy, a balanced diet, religion, school, free cable, a job. Most places, air condition. You got the state soap that clears up all the acne and whatever the fuck else you catch. Acne. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, you're saying? Go ahead.
And then it's not like, she can make a collect call home every day.
Right.
In other countries, they do stupid stuff. Their rules might be visiting day is every 3 months on the 25th.
Yeah.
So your family, your lawyer waits the 3 months. They travel to the country. They get there to make the visit, and they tell them, oh, her visiting day was changed. It's now the 17th. The 17th was last week. You have to wait 3 months. They do stuff like that. Yeah. She's in big trouble, man.
Yeah. Hey, if I can ask you a question, how old are you? If you don't mind me asking. Well, roundabout.
I'm 54.
Okay. On the screen right now.
Do you know who you're talking to?
No, I don't. What's your name again, dear?
You always call me the parrot lady.
Oh, hey, what's poppin', sugar? Hey.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice to hear from you.
Mm-hmm.
Nice to hear from you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna get with you. We're supposed to meet for lunch, but it was in a.
Well, it's no rush. Listen, do you?
So,
I'm here. Take your time. I'm here.
Yeah.
On the screen, early signs and symptoms of type 2 diabetes. Any experience or knowledge in that area? I saw an old childhood friend of mine on Facebook, both feet amputated. It shook me to the core. I said, whoa, what the fuck? And it's a reality for males as they get older. I don't know if the numbers in terms of females. Any experience in that? Type 2 diabetes?
I work in mental health field, medical field, and I watch a lot of individuals have to deal with poking themselves and all of that. But that's as far as I know. I ask them questions trying to understand it, and I just don't get it. Sometimes they have to eat something sweet. It's very weird. But then, if it gets really bad, you start getting necrosis in your feet and stuff, and that's where the amputation comes.
Yeah.
Gangrene.
Yeah. Well, hey, darling, good to talk to you.
But it doesn't run in my family.
Okay. Good to talk to you. Maybe we'll meet up one day. In the meantime, when's the last time you spoke to Wino Will?
That time I called you like in 2008 and got his number. And I told him if he would ever lose my number, you can find me on Facebook or whatever. I always try to keep in touch with him.
I hope he's okay. I mean, I spoke to Will maybe 3 years ago, and he sounded okay, but he sounded the same. I hope he's okay. If you ever speak to him, tell him to reach out to me. Email me something. I would like to know that he's okay, right?
I certainly will, but you'll probably speak to him before I do, so you do the same.
Take care. Bye now.
You too. Bye.
Parrot lady. Wow. Parrot lady from back in the days. She's here in the Georgia area. Barrington got your donation. Shoving what down your throat, Rory? Question mark. Pause, Denzel. Okay. Lee's Auto, thank you for tapping in. Lee's Auto, I don't know what you're talking about. Lee's Auto, I have audio, my nigga. You see, I'm not one of those people who goes back and forth on social media with people. I got files, man. It doesn't benefit me to go on somebody else's platform to respond or clear the air. When the Star and Buckwild documentary comes out, pow! There's a whole lot of shit you'll see by way of business and other things, and and maybe you'll care, maybe you won't, but at least I have things stored and filed. Okay, thank you. Hold on, guys. Elvis the Chef Rosenberg, he says, I can't call in. Okay, thank you for tapping in. Adam got your donation. She about to get Otto Frederick. Ooh, W.N.B.A. Yeah, how do you say his name? Is it W.N.B.A? I forget, yeah. Hey, Tyra. Nigga came out the hotel closet. Huh? Okay, who you talking about, Tara? The hotel. I'm confused, but thank you so much for your donation again. Is it Maynor? Or what are you talking about, Maynor? I'm not up to speed. Is there something you're trying to say? Can you send me an email? I'm not up to speed. I don't know what's going on. Hope everybody's okay. Maynor, M-A-I-N-O-R. Send me an email. You have my email address. The hater, hold on a second. 1964. Hold on, guys. At yahoo.com, but thank you for your donation. Is it Nate? Give that lesbian bitch 15 years. Well, she's facing 10, sir, not 15, but damn. No compassion for the black woman here tonight. Morehouse Entertainment says half Polish and half black means blackish. Fuck out of here. Yeah, I let him speak. He sent it a donation, but that was crazy. Okay, who are you sending in a long ass? I don't see a donation. RJ, did you send in a donation? RJ, you're asking me to read a paragraph. Okay, and somebody else talking about Shaka Zulu. There's no donation. Okay, I don't have time for that. Keith, I got your donation. Where are you, Keith? Hold on. Good evening, Keith. We're talking about a few topics. Thank you for your support. Good evening.
Hey, what's going on, Star, man?
Yes, sir.
I'm calling from Charlotte, North Carolina.
Okay.
Let's
get it.
Yeah, I'm driving right now, truck driving, but I want to discuss the whole thing about type 2 diabetes. I myself had type 2 diabetes about 3 years ago.
Okay.
And I have the documentation from the VA medical center to prove it.
Okay.
But sugar has nothing really to do with type 2 diabetes. It's a thing called insulin resistance. When you eat too much fat, food that's high in fat.
That's what I've always heard. Somebody was talking about sugar, and I just said, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I let him talk, but go ahead.
You have too much. That causes insulin resistance.
Okay.
So when you do eat something like what my man said, bread, sugar, like things that are high in carbs, it will cause your blood sugar to go up. Just like it's a guy on YouTube they call Mastering Diabetes, and other people that have that they call low fat, high carb diet.
Okay.
People. That's why you can also look at people that have this jump they call this keto diet.
Okay.
When they eat anything sweet, it sends their blood sugar up. So that's what really, and black folks, man, I hate to say it, but we're like a lot of black people that are the least to really exercise like that. I used to be in ring. The only reason why I ended up with type 2 diabetes because, let's keep it 100. I was sleeping in my car, kind of homeless for a while, so I really wasn't mobile.
Okay.
So I gained almost 30 pounds. So
wow.
That's why. And
I don't know if I agree with your statement about black people not exercising. I don't think that's, in my opinion, that's not true. But I don't.
yeah,
I don't know the research. I've always heard things over the years, and again, I had a liver transplant in 2008, and I remember the specialist saying to me prior to my operation, they said, "Well, you know, it's a crapshoot because you've got cirrhosis, you've got ulcers, severe ulcers. We have to do more than just give you another liver. We got to cut out parts of your stomach. Your absorption rate is going to be different." So you're not going to get diabetes, but, you know, it's a crapshoot whether you're going to live or not based upon complications and other things. So I do know that with regards to diabetes, so I've never really paid attention. But when I saw one of my old associates, 2 feet amputated, I said, whoa! I got shook. Go ahead.
Yeah. You know, I'm not saying like black people exercise, but I'm saying when you, in general speaking, a lot of, you know, we tend to, you know, especially the females, you know, tend to be more overweight. That's why you go to gym or to, you know, a park or somewhere, you always see mostly black men exercising more so than a lot of black women, not to, you know, offended by, but if that other guy.
Can I ask how old are you, sir? How old are you? How old are you?
The gentleman that called before, I don't even know how he lived with diabetes that long. I don't know if I don't know if he clarified if he's type 1 or type 2, but
I don't know. Can I ask how old are you, sir? How old are you?
Man.
How old are you?
I'm 38.
Okay. Did you grow up eating a lot of spicy, fatty foods, you know?
Yeah, I was kind of, you know, I'm rich from Alabama, so.
Okay.
But I was always skinny.
Gotcha.
I was slim. So a lot of people in my family, they don't have diabetes. My aunt has it.
Okay.
But you know, she don't want to change the way she's living.
Gotcha.
I don't understand that.
Hey man, I appreciate the call. I got to take other calls, but thank you for your support. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yes, sir. Thank you. I don't want to blame black and Hispanic women, but black and Hispanic women, there's a lot of spice and seasoning, macaroni and cheese with the cream, smothered pork chops. I remember my father was thanking my mother for years after he got with her because she got him off of salt and cigarettes. Salt and cigarettes because of her cooking. Now, Italian women, you know, a lot heavy on the pasta and sauce and shit like that, cheese, but she was a great cook. But, you know, she was in college a lot. So it's not like she was always home cooking. He's coming home eating, you know, fucking guinea food. I hate Italian food. After 1985, I said, man, fuck that shit. Anyway, salt and cigarettes. Anybody know what I'm talking about? Is it certain cultures that can bring on certain sicknesses, if I'm saying that right? You know, I don't know. I know nothing about diabetes, but I would just, again, I'm concerned. I have an old friend. He used to do, or maybe he still does, television shows about diabetes. Very knowledgeable guy, you know. Very knowledgeable guy. I haven't spoke to him in a while, but you know, the stats and the numbers, and he had a couple of reality shows about diabetes, and he knew his shit. But I never paid attention. Okay. One more call, guys, and then I'm out of here. One more call. It's getting late. Hey, Sip Trinity, Star, I love you like cooked food, but you are trying to pin black women's cooking on diabetes, ? What about McDonald's chicken snacks and dirty rice Chinese food, and black men don't go to the doctor? LOL. Black women have had enough abuse. Please stop. Thank you. Where's her banner? Hold on a second. Dub. Sip Trinity. I was just asking a question. I'll see her banner on the screen. Guys, we're done tonight. I'm going to shut it down. Thank you, Scotland, for your donation, as always. And let me see if I missed any more donations. Hey, Scotland. She said, check your email. Matter of fact, hold on a second. Let me get your banner ready first. She said, enough with blaming black women. You're so right. Stop your shit, Star. Matter of fact, I'll take one more call whilst I'm looking for Scotland's banner. Area code 212. Good evening. Are you there? 212.
What's good, Star?
Yes, sir. Finishing up on a few topics. Brittney,
I know you touched on a couple of topics, man. I hear you, but I wanted to call in on a couple of things real quick.
Let's go.
The diabetes thing, man. I'm a type 1 diabetic myself.
Okay.
I got it. I was a military soldier, whatever with my service.
Thank you for your service.
But the reality, I shot niggas and sand niggas, all that bullshit.
God bless you.
But here's the thing.
God bless you. Go ahead.
All right. Here's the thing. I'm a type 1 diabetic. I got diagnosed as a type 1 diabetic, only one in my family. The real enemy of the diabetics in general is two things. One, not taking care of watching what they eating.
Okay.
You have to change your whole lifestyle when you become a diabetic. You can't go out there eating that goddamn greasy ass, high carbohydrate food. You can't eat the rice, the breads, and all that crazy nonsense, the pastas. That's no good for you no more.
Right.
So you are right when you talk about the black woman helping out by cooking for the black men.
Well, hang on, sir. I don't want to go in that direction. I was just asking a question. I'm not trying to pin this on black
No,
women.
but it's a legitimate question, though. That's a legitimate question, though, sir. Because I'm gonna trace this all the way back to a couple other things I want to talk about, but I'm gonna say this real quick.
Go ahead.
When you talk about the food, they've been taught to give us certain types of food.
Okay.
If you a black man that's eating this type of Southern slave food, it's not proactive to diabetics. That bullshit is not proactive to diabetics. The candy yams, the macaroni and cheese, the pig feet and the hog maw stuff, that's not conducive to diabetics.
Right.
So yes, when they've been taught by their grandma to cook you this and cook you that and cook you this to keep a man in the house happy, whatever, that's not conducive to diabetics or high blood pressure. So it all does tie in. The fact of the matter, I've been diagnosed with diabetes since 2001, and you see what year it is. It's 2022.
Right.
I've been dealing with this all my life, and I had to change my whole outlook on life. My A1C is 6.9.
If I can also say this, I don't want this to be a conversation attacking black women. During the 80s, when I was doing cocaine, from 1981 until 1991. I ate mostly Hispanic food or Dominican food. Bacalao. Oh, I love bacalao because
the bacalao, that's no good.
I would eat that shit. Hang on a second. I would eat that shit and it would put me to sleep. The gas in that food made me sleep good. And I thought it was just great fucking food. But years later, when I stopped doing the blow, I said, holy shit, that stuff is spicy as fuck. And I don't want to be sleepy all the goddamn time. So after I stopped doing coke in 1991, I stopped eating bacalao and shit like that. Roast campoya, all that shit. So we have to look at those Hispanic girls also. Yeah, Poppy, I got some rice and peas and I got the deep fried pork. That shit'll kill you. Go ahead.
Damn sure will. And here's the real thing about that. You got the itis because your sugar level went so high that you become sleepy.
Facts.
That's the thing about eating those type of foods.
Facts.
You eat those type of foods, your sugar level goes so high, you become sleepy. When you get tired and sleepy, I got the itis.
Right.
That's not a good sign.
Not a good sign.
That's a bad sign.
Right.
That's a bad sign that you eat too many carbohydrates, and all carbohydrates, I don't care what it is, turns into sugar. And as a diabetic, sugar is your enemy. Not fat, but sugar is your enemy all the time. So all that coochie frito, all that bacalao, all that right there, all that good shit, it tastes great, but it's a damn enemy to you.
Yeah.
It will crush you. And over time, that's why you got the people getting their feet cut off. There's two stages to that. Yeah. Because they tell them people, you got to take your medicine. You got to trim down off of that food you're eating. They don't listen.
What the fuck is that Puerto Rican drink during the holidays? Everybody's passing around that goddamn drink.
Oh, yeah.
Like a creamy, thick. What do you call that shit? I forget.
Yeah, that white shit. They come in that bottle and looking up. I know what you're talking about, stuff.
What's the name? What's the name of that? I forget. What's the name? I forget the name.
I can't think of the name, man, but they hook that shit up every goddamn time around the holidays, man. I know what you're talking about.
You drink.
That's that white, they hooked that drink up. It's high in sugar, man. It's high in sugar.
Coquito. That's what it's called.
There you go.
Oh, my God.
It's a good drink, though. But it's...
Hang on. Stay with me.
I'm with you.
For about 6 years of my life, during the holidays, I'm sniffing blow and drinking coquito. like crazy. It was killing my insides. And that's why in 2007, my body said, hey, we're about to check out. Too much from the 80s. Enough's enough. Go ahead, finish up. Go ahead.
You're 100% right on that, Star, because I was at stage 2 kidney failure because one, I was drinking that stuff because I was stressed out. I'm ex-soldier, so I was drinking that stuff stressed out. I had a girl that was stressing me out. I'm drinking that stuff. I'm having a good time. I'm trying to relieve the stress of that nonsense. So yes, it all does tie together.
Yeah.
Then the food that I'm eating doesn't help. So I had to alleviate myself from all of those things.
Yeah.
I had to get rid of all of those things that was causing those problems. Yes, the foods that we are taught, that's that soul food, that good, good candy yam stuff. That's not good for you. Even on the Spanish side, we eating that penne with all that goddamn garlic. Spicy ain't bad. Penne is good. But spicy ain't bad, but you eating that stuff that's high in carbs.
You know what else I used to drink I know this shit fucked me up. Sorrel. You ever drink sorrel?
Yes, I did.
Oh,
my daughter's Puerto Rican. My oldest daughter's Puerto Rican. I drink all that shit.
I'm hanging with the West Indians drinking sorrel, sniff and blow.
Yo.
I know that fucked me up. Go ahead.
Let me tell you like this, though. Alcohol has a double-edged effect.
Right.
Most alcohols contain a lot of sugar.
Right.
But it also does one more thing to a diabetic. Alcohol itself drops your sugar. So you have this up and down effect of drinking alcohol, sugar goes up. But when the alcohol kicks in, all the sugars out of that drink kicks in, your sugar bolos. The first thing you look for is something to bring your sugar up. Because I was in a coma.
Oh, you were in a coma? Whoa. You were in a coma?
I was in a coma, yes.
Shit.
Yes. Facts.
Fuck.
Facts, I was in a coma for 3 days.
Man.
Diabetes is not a game. You lose your eyes.
Oh, my God.
Everything's connected to this. Your kidneys will fail. You'll be on dialysis. You walk around having them driving you in there, sticking the needles in your arm to, switch out your blood.
Crazy.
Your eyes will get messed up. You go blind. Your teeth will go bad. You pissing every day. All this thing, everything in your body with diabetes is fucked up. That's why you see your people getting their feet.
I want to ask you one last question before you go.
Yeah, I'm here.
Does diabetes make you impotent?
Yes, it does.
Oh, Jesus.
Yes, it does. It fuck up your whole stroke motion, bro.
Shit.
Your mind be ready?
I've never had a problem in that area. I'm going to make sure I eat right for the rest of my life. Hey, man, I got to go. Thank you, man. Thank you. Salute. Thank you.
Salute, Star.
Yes, sir.
Salute.
Shit. I didn't know diabetes does all of that. What the fuck? Good God Almighty. Folks, thank you for bouncing with me this evening. I just wanted to chop up these topics. And again, that was crazy how it even wound up on Facebook to see my old associate who had his feet amputated. I was playing Exodus by Bob Marley and the Wailers, thinking about that Jamaican girl from Fanwood, New Jersey, who would not give me the pussy. That bitch was fine. Anyway. Hey, I'll see you guys tomorrow at some point. Make sure you go spend some Skrilla with Scotland over at Sip Trinity. She said, knock it off with that trying to blame the black woman bullshit. See you guys tomorrow. Take care. Be safe.